I don't mind telling you, it's been one hell of a day. I was woken up with the words this morning, Jake, wake up, my car's been stolen. Um, at 5:30. So my wife, the car was stolen. So in view of that, you can imagine, been a nightmare day. It's currently around about 10 o'clock on Friday evening. And I'm doing a review, which I should have been doing down in Devon. However, because of the aforementioned event, I'm having to do it at home. We didn't go. So yeah, crappy day. We all have them. It's just a shame when they're on a Friday, isn't it? However, something to cheer me up. The other day I was in Aldi and I saw a couple of beers which made me laugh, because Aldi are known for going close to the bone on copying branding. I think anyone who drinks beer regularly will know the brands that they're copying here. I'm not even going to say it. Put your comments in the comments box and let me know what you think they're copying. So the first one I'm going to go for. However, sorry, before I get on to this, the thing about both of these beers, one of them, this one's 4.7%, the other one's 5%. So they're, decent strength beers, about £1.80 a bottle. And it's a big bottle, 660ml. But different to the beers that they're copying. And this is where Aldi, if they've done this correctly, have pulled an absolute masterstroke. And that is that both these beers, when you buy the real stuff, properly labelled, branded stuff, it is brewed in the UK. These beers, both of them, proudly state that they're brewed in Spain. So these are actually two authentic Spanish beers, whereas the brands that they're copying, when you get them over here, are not Spanish at all. They're brewed in the UK, they just slap a label on it. So I really like what Aldi have done here. Now, with any luck, what's the best we can hope for that price, even though they're brewed in Spain? If they're drinkable, they're going to be better than the UK stuff, because the UK stuff, frankly, is muck. It's absolute filth. And it doesn't deserve to have a label slapped on it that makes it look Spanish, because Spanish beer is lovely. If you go to Spain and you drink a €2 pint of Estrella or something like that, it is absolutely lovely. You buy it over here, the UK brewed stuff, filth, muck. Anyway, it's a fairly decent straw-coloured looking lager, which is well carbonated. It doesn't look the greatest of quality in the glass. There's no lacing particularly. However, yeah, it smells a bit watery, if I'm honest. I really want these to succeed, but I got a funny feeling they won't, because Aldi, when they do cheap beer, it ain't great, unless it's Steinhauser, which is back in. But it smells like cheap lager. But if it's cheap Spanish lager and it's decent tasting, fine. It's got that soda water taste, that kind of like, it may be 4.7%, but I don't think we're going to be getting buckets of flavour in this one. But nonetheless, it's been an awful day. I hope you've had a much better one. And here's to your good health. Yeah, it's really cheap, washy lager. It's got nice mouthfeel, good carbonation. Clearly it's 4.7%. There's no particular off flavours to it. It's just there's no flavour to it. Doesn't taste of anything really. Slight bit of lemon. I mean, it's by no means a lawn pour. Just has a little bit of that washed out back end. It's not an off flavour particularly. I took these out the fridge around about half an hour ago just to give them the best chance to get any flavour that's in them out. And this one, I'm afraid, the Grande, doesn't taste of much. So I was going to edit it because I wanted to drink the one and then I would open the other a little later on. But you know what? Let's live life on the edge, eh? So San Marcos, 5%, so slightly stronger. Will it look any different? Will it smell any different? Will it taste any different? It's a little less, it's a little better in terms of its appearance. Look, it's got a bit of a head on it. It's Cerveza Lager, it's labelled as. And yeah, a little bit more to this one in terms of appearance. It's got a slightly more lemony smell. Not a lot coming through though, if I'm honest. I do have a feeling it's going to be similar to that, but let's give it a go. That could be, now looking at it, exactly the same lager. There is a tiny bit like honey flavour, and it isn't quite as wishy-washy as this one. If I'm after a really cheap lager, 2 bottles of that in the fridge is okay. It's a 6 out of 10, purely on the price. If it was any more expensive, it'd be a 5 out of 10. This, even with the price, is probably a 4.5 out of 10. You know, it's bang average. But the thing is, it's not offensive. There's nothing in it that is going to, I mean, I'm not sure I want both of those though, because it's a lot of beer to get through. And I got nicer stuff in the fridge, and like after the day that I've had, I'll probably finish this one and bin that one. And I probably wouldn't buy this again, the Grande. But the San Marcos, out of the two, I think they're both the same price anyway, so yeah, it's alright. But they've got Steinhauser in Aldi again, and that is 4.7%. It's German Pilsner. It's absolutely lovely stuff for the price. That's your fridge filler. Yeah, thinking of it, just ignore these. It's fun for the novelty. I like what they've done, and frankly, I suppose actually I need to reframe this a bit before I sign off. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. That's no worse than what it's ripping off. Can't say it's much better, but it's no worse. That, even though it's a 6 out of 10, is better than, you all know what I'm saying.